This is kind of my official fight prediction for Errol Spence versus Terence Bud Crawford for the undisputed welterweight championship of the world. Errol got 3 belts. Crawford got 1. Crawford got the WBO. Errol got the IBF, the WBA, and the WBC. Finally, after fucking years of all of us diehard fans fighting on the internet about who will win this fight, about going back and forth about who's stalling the fight, we finally got the fucking fight, and it's 1 day away. So I'm gonna give my final prediction on it. The press conference and the build-up is lackluster. I think the Showtime really fucking dropped the ball on that. They could have done way more. How many fucking All Accesses was it? 2? That was crazy. They should have really fucking put more effort into the build-up of this fight. Both of these guys really don't talk shit. Errol is super quiet. Bud is quiet too. Bob Arum complained about that a lot in his career, talking about he couldn't get Bud to sell fights. But Errol has always been like that, but Errol would talk more. But you can tell that Errol is like a laid-back dude. Like, he don't like talking too much. So anyway, the build-up to the fight was okay. The last press conference made up for it more, because you can see these dudes are ready to go. You can see the built-up tension. That first face-off at the last press conference was crazy. Both of these niggas look dangerous. Both of these niggas look like they want to low-key hurt each other. This shit, like, honestly, I'm amped, bro. This shit looks like it's about to be a classic low-key. Like, I fuck with Earl. I've always fucked with Earl. I remember even telling my mom back in the day, when Earl was fighting on, I think it might have been when PBC was on Fox or something like that. It was way early in his career. But I told my mom, I was like, damn, this dude, I told her, look at, because my mom was a fan of Floyd. She watches boxing a lot, but she really fucked with Floyd. And I remember I told her, this dude sparred Floyd before the Robert Guerrero fight, gave him a black eye. And then Floyd kicked him out the gym. But I remember when he was on, it was PBC on Fox. And I told her, look at this dude's fundamentals. Look at how he does everything. His foot placement, the way he keeps his hands up, the way he throws punches straight, his hooks, everything is perfect fundamentals. And I remember telling her that, like, this is probably like 2013 or 14. But I've been keeping up on Earl. I've been keeping up on Bud too since he was at 135. 78 Sports TV actually put me on Bud. And I watched him at 135. But I'm getting all over the place, so let me give you my thoughts on how this fight is going to go. After watching Bud versus Sean Porter, Kell Brook, and even David Adamisian, honestly, I think that Earl is gonna fucking destroy this man. I see a lot of people, like, I don't know why a lot of professional boxers or retired boxers are saying that they got Crawford because he's more talented. He has more tools. I don't agree with that. I think Terence Crawford has good timing. I think he has good athleticism, and I think he has a good shovel right hook. Terence Crawford, I don't think he's a switch hitter. Excuse me. I don't think he's a switch hitter either. A lot of people say that Terence Crawford is a switch hitter, and when you fight him, you got to deal with that. But I don't believe that. I think Jerron Boots Ennis is a real switch hitter. Jerron Boots Ennis will switch from orthodox to southpaw randomly to get an angle on a punch. Terence Crawford doesn't do that. What Terence Crawford does is he starts every fight orthodox, And once you start tagging him, he switches to southpaw, and he never switches back to orthodox. And he's more susceptible to punches when he's in the orthodox position. But I see, like, look at the Sean Porter fight. Sean Porter was up on the scorecards until Bud knocked him down. And even Sean Porter said that he didn't train for that fight. And that's what, 2 years after Earl beat him? And don't even get me started on Kell Brook. Fucking Earl beat Kell Brook in 2017. When did Crawford fight him? 2020? Like, he fought Kell Brook when Kell Brook hadn't gone down to 147 in 3 years. Kell Brook was campaigning at 154, and then Bud made him come down to 147 after 3 years. But I say all that to say this. Terence Crawford is going to start this fight orthodox. Errol Spence is going to step to him with a southpaw jab for the first round, first 1 or 2 rounds, just to get his range and see how he can land his left hand. Bud starts slow. He likes to collect data. You cannot do that against Errol Spence because Errol Spence is like a fucking domino effect or a snowball effect. The longer the fight goes, it's like the fucking snowball keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. We've seen Terence Crawford lose at least 7, 8 rounds to Sean Porter, to the point to where Bomac was in the corner telling him that he's losing. He takes too much rounds off, number one. Terence Crawford takes too much of the fight off, trying to collect data. Earl starts too fast for that. By the time the 3rd round is there, Earl has found his range, and he's stepping and stepping and stepping. And Crawford is looking for a perfect shot. Meanwhile, while he's looking for a perfect shot, Earl is just damaging his body. Nothing is super powerful, nothing is super fast, but Earl's touching him. Touching his guard, touching his high guard, touching his high guard, touching his body, hitting his body. Throwing a straight jab down the middle. Throwing a straight jab to the body. Hooking to the body. All that is building up. Terence Crawford is not going to get going. To be honest with you, I don't think he's going to go past the 8th or 9th round. But let's say Terence Crawford gets going. He can somehow withstand that attack from Earl. Let's say he starts to get going during the 6th or 7th round. Bud's temperament is like Thomas Hearns. And this fight can go either way. And this fight can go, I think, one way. Marvelous Hagler versus Tommy Hearns. It might be longer than that because that fight ended in the 3rd round. But I think that Bud is going to start a little slow. Once Earl starts beating up on him like the 6th, 7th round, I think that Bud is going to start realizing that he's losing and getting touched too much, like Tommy Hearns did in the 2nd round. And I think in the 7th round, Bud is going to start trying to step back because Bud is a dog. And I don't know if y'all listened to what Errol said at that final press conference when Crawford was arguing with whoever he was arguing with in the crowd. Excuse me. Whoever he was arguing with in the crowd. And Bud and Errol said, you couldn't really hear him. You had to really pay attention because Crawford was yapping. But Errol said, you too emotional, man. You too emotional. That's how I'm going to get him. What Errol meant by that is that every time you touch Bud, he has to get his get back. Now, Bud is a dog and Errol is a dog, but Bud is a stupid dog. And Bud is an overconfident dog. He got these 7 TKOs at welterweight against niggas that are past their prime and bums, so he thinks that his power is really something crazy. So what I think is going to happen in the 7th round, Bud is going to be like, you know what, this nigga stepping to me. I'm going to step back. I'm a big dog. You know, I got 7 KOs at welterweight. He going to step back. He going to step back. And he going to get stepped back in his fucking place. Because a good big man beats a great little man. What y'all motherfuckers is forgetting is that Terence Crawford is coming up from lightweight. He lighting the ass, just like Errol told him when they first met. When Errol had that red Nike Tech suit on. You lighting the ass. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Bud is a great fighter, man. But he ain't Floyd Mayweather. The reason why Floyd was able to come up from lightweight to eventually 154 was because he was defensively very sound. Probably one of the best defensive fighters ever. Floyd is the best defensive fighter ever. And who gave Floyd a black eye? Y'all niggas ever seen anybody give Floyd a black eye in a fight? You know who gave Floyd a black eye? Errol Spence Jr. Let me tell you something, man. I don't care who wins this fight. These is both two brothers that support their family. I'll be happy with whoever wins. Because we got another great pound for pound champion. Another positive influence on young black men that are growing up. I'm rooting for Earl. I don't have no problem with Terence Crawford winning. I'm going to be sad because I fuck with Earl. He's my favorite fighter. Errol, Deontay Wilder, Clarissa Shields, and Devin Haney are my favorite fighters. If Errol loses, I'll be upset. But I'll take it on the chin because that's another black man. This is another black excellence. Bud is a great dude. But to be honest with you, man, I just don't see him being able to... with him being rocked by Yuriorkis Gamboa, who wasn't even a top guy at 135. He was good at 126. With him getting knocked down by Dream Machine, with David Avanesian being able to just walk towards him in the first round, landing, looping right hands. I don't care what nobody say. Oh man, Bud he didn't take him seriously. The fact that David Avanesian, somebody that I had never heard of, was able to walk towards Terence Crawford in the first round and just land looping right hands on him over and over and over again, and didn't even do it behind a jab. Bro, Earl is gonna punish this man. That's what y'all don't understand, bro. He's gonna start out orthodox, start getting beat on, change to southpaw, and then continue to get beat on, bro. He starts too slow. There's no way Terence Crawford wins this fight on the cards. He has one chance. He has a puncher's chance. And he don't even hit that hard. He has the deceptive power to where he can catch you and flash knock you down. Earl's chin is too good for that. We've seen him take flush punches from Ugas, which is a fucking big 147 pounder. Danny Garcia, we know Danny can punch. I don't see Bud stopping Earl with one punch, and honestly, that's the only way I see him winning. He has to hurt Earl with one punch and then pounce on him, and I don't see that happening. Bud looks physically more drained than Errol does right now. And he's more nervous and he's more agitated. And this video has gone way too long, so I'm going to stop it right here. I got Errol Spence winning this fight by TKO or KO between the 8th and the 9th round. That's my prediction. man down, strap season, put his ass in the dirt, and all that.